Hello, friendly people. It's Peg, and today I am just going to get out some products from Golden. Golden is a paint company. They have, in the last few years, come out with some watercolor. And I also have these wonderful brushes from Dynasty Brush Company. Try to remember to put the stuff in the description box below if you're interested in any of this. But this was a gift that was sent me. So I'm going to get it out and use it. The core, that's the name of the paints from Golden. It's QOR. I got to have a set of 12, and I'd gotten a few small tubes in the past just to try them out. And so that's what you're going to see in my box. Now, yeah, I put my box away when the paints were still wet in the pans. I just squeezed some of the stuff out from the tubes because they come in tubes, and I wanted to swatch them. So you can see I've got my swatch there, but I've also got this information sheet that's stuck down to my pans. So I've got paint on there. I'm going to use that paint because I'm making some grungy stuff, and I figure why not? So you can see the lovely colors. I am not going to keep those lovely colors the way they are. I'm going to make them very dark and grungy because it's Grunge Revival Month at Art Joy Sharing. And so I'm just going to take some of that paint, add it to a palette, and I will continue to work. Now, I may pop in and out of this video, but this is mostly just so that you can see my process. And it's a morning of play. So I have several different kinds of paper. I have just some kids' sketch paper. I have some handmade watercolor paper. I have, oh my goodness, what else do I have here? Just an assortment of things that look distressed a little bit already. I have some book text. These are just pages torn right out of an old book. I many times will go to the secondhand or half-price bookstore and pick up things like that. You know, because we like to use the covers off of those things too to make our own journals out of. So I'm just, not letting that paint go to waste. I'm going to smash it. I'm going to smash that color onto a page. And these pages are going to dry overnight. You know, this is not the finished product. I will come back and do some pen work and have another day of play with these particular papers. What I'm doing is creating paper for a journal that I started in the live show on Art Joy is Sharing. First of the month, Shell and I are bringing out the theme for the month. And we are doing a live show in that Facebook group before anybody else sees it because we want to give the members of the Facebook group the first opportunity to see what it is we are challenging them with for the month and give them an opportunity to share before we put it out live for everybody. So, if you're interested, come and join us on Art Joy is Sharing Facebook group. Then you can watch the video that we did of Grunge Revival, and I have a journal that I began with my first page. Shell has her first page, and you can see what that's all about. So I'm going to continue to play here. I'm just going to add some music. I may stop back by, and we'll see what goes on here. So did you enjoy that process? Now that I've got the watercolor down, I'm going to come back with some acrylic paints. These are golden paints. I'm trying to stick to the golden because of the challenge for Golden Artist Educators this month. They're doing a page every day in the month, so if you want to follow that on Instagram, use the Golden Artist Educator Challenge hashtag. So I want to keep this on the grungy side. I'm going to put some stencils on top of those watercolor papers. So I'm going to use the burnt sienna once again. I'm using a anthracnone blue, a Prussian blue hue, a alizarin crimson hue, and a micaceous iron oxide. And these are all going to mix together beautifully. I've got just a plain plate from, I don't know, secondhand store, 50 cents, and I'm putting those colors out on the plate. I'm going to get a sponge and my stencils, and we're going to start applying some color to our papers. So I'm going to speed this up a little bit once you see the process. What I want to do is blend those colors out, get some nice different gray tones. When you combine those colors on the plate, you're getting that really nice grungy effect. And you'll see what happens here. I've got these are Stencil Girl stencils that come in 9 by 12. And I cut them down because they're ATC size. I cut them down and put them on a ring so that I know they all came from the same stencil. But this one happens to be a Seth After stencil. Shell was using it the other day, and I thought, I haven't had that out in a while. Where did I put that? So I went and grabbed that one. And I'm just going to start putting some of those colors together and stenciling onto these papers, because what I want to do is create some papers that can be used in this journal that we're creating. And I will, once this dries down, like overnight or for a day or two, I'll come back and put some pen work on top of these. And then they are suitable for use in my journal. Okay. If you have questions about any of this, please, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. I love to read your comments. I love my community, my artistic community, and I really hope that you play along with us on Art Joy Sharing this month and get your grunge on. Just, have a really grungy good time and play. It's all about experimentation and play for me. So you can see I've got those colors mixing on the page. One color is fine. More color mixing, the better for me. So I'm pulling those two different colors together, getting a nice combination on my sponge, grabbing another stencil, and we're going to go to town. So all of the stencils you see me using here are from Stencil Girl products. Many of them are those ATC stencils. Some other stencils I cut down because I like to do that with my stencils. There are certain portions of the stencil I want to use, and I think sometimes that other part of the stencil inhibits what you're wanting to accomplish. So I'll cut them up, throw them into bags, and put them on rings, and just make the stencil your own. Once you get it at home, it's yours. You can cut it up, do whatever you want to it. So that's what I do. So I've got multiple layers on here, and that's where I'm headed with all of this is, putting multiple layers on. And then this process today is not a finished process, as I've said before. It will be finished when the journal is finished, but I am using these stencils just to create these papers, these collage papers that are going to be used in my journaling process. So thanks for being with me today. Gonna go back to some musical interludes.